All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have Dr. Oladipo right here and Kaidi Ladidi. All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation, shall we? Pluralism of ideas and platforms is a key democratic strength. But as Nigeria heads towards another electoral cycle, the political landscape is becoming increasingly crowded. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has revealed that 171 associations have applied to become registered political parties. This influx comes amid public disillusionment with existing options and heightened political engagement. INEC said a review committee has assessed the submissions with recommendations now awaiting final decisions. I mean, Kaidi, 171. Oh dear. But talk to me, what is driving this surge, this increase? Is it tied to Nigeria's evolving political climate?
You see, I think I may not be accurate with the year. I recall one major case that late Gani Fawemi won against INEC, and where he mentioned that political parties shall be registered with INEC and not by INEC. You know, that
with INEC,
not by INEC. So that particular preposition, you know, took us back to the classroom. When you registered with, your own is submit whatever you want and they get it registered. You are not the one to determine whether that party is qualified or not. But I think that has been amended, I'm not too sure, in the Electoral Act amendment that was done later on. So that's why INEC is looking at the requirements for you to be registered. And part of the things they are looking for is your spread, your logo, whether it also aligns with the democratic principle. Because a terrorist organization can come now in the name of freedom of association and say we want to become a political party, and it becomes. So there are some stringent rules that will be taken into consideration. But I think 171 is quite laughable, in my opinion, especially as a political journalist. I know Dr. may not agree with me. You know, as a political journalist, we are always encumbered with that list. Okay, there are about 39 parties contest, and we now list them. We say, bros, let's just list 4, Jerry. Let's not waste our time when we are writing this figure. As simple as that is, on a very serious note, for politicians, they take this thing very serious.
Sure.
That there's an article and his team who probably, if they had not been ADC, they'll probably not have any stake as we speak. There is, you know, there are even, we almost have ADA, which I believe will be one of the 171, and quite some other parties that are waiting approval. This is just to buttress the fact that there's freedom of association, but I think we need to be more stringent to make sure that this is not abused. There are reasons why some of these parties exist, but the painful part, which I don't want to support this proliferation, is the fact that these parties do not stand with their ideology.
You think it doesn't reflect democratic, genuine democratic participation? It's
just one deep pocket who probably has been kicked out of a particular major
So it's about
party.
opportunism?
They've just turned it to a platform, not a political party. A political party has a definition. You must have ideology, you must have what you stand for, and not just a platform. The Labour Party, as we know it then, it does not align with the man they used in 2023. It's philosophy. It's part of the elite. It's part of those people who have been governing us. But because this is a platform that I can use to achieve my aim, it moved there. So that's why it's not going to be a big deal if you see him in another party tomorrow. So this has got to stop.
I mean, 171. I mean, Dotson, how many of these 171 applications do you think will survive INEC scrutiny? You know, under the Electoral Act requirement?
I always disagree with INEC and its requirements, but it's a matter of law.
Yes.
I've said it here before. I wish in my own area that we could register a political party and win a local government and show people the model of running a local government. I wish so, because I don't need to be a part of the national parties. I don't want it. What my concern is my area. I want to. That's why you keep seeing estates springing up, and people are controlling their own government. They are controlling their own government, even when they are not a government. They provide their own water. They do their own roads. It's only when they get out that they become Nigerians. And they go by the rules of the estate. Because that is all that we want. If we are talking about 171 requesting for registration, what do we say about India? That at the last count that I saw are 2,599 political parties. Tell me, it means that every family wants to govern its own space.
The more the merrier.
In Lagos, there are over 200 wards. Who says that one ward cannot be controlled by Green Party and the other one by Red Party?
The fear is, after that particular election year, there is a caveat in the Electoral Act that says that if you do not win any...
That's what I'm saying. Yes. That's what I'm saying.
And this has been happening. How many people are in the office now?
You see, that is what is discouraging. Because everybody now wants to go into a winning party. You don't want to be part of the losers.
Okay, so you think that part should be expunged?
I believe so, because a party needs to convince people. Okay. It may not do so the first time. It may not do so even at the 10th try.
Okay, but because of our time, do you think, how prepared do you think INEC is in handling this high volume of application without delays or bias?
It's always a big deal, because they must check everything. For instance, you must have offices in all the 774 local governments. When you look
at the party you're looking at can't do that.
Yeah, of course, I don't even want to do it. I don't even want that party to do it. But what we're saying is, you go to some states, you can't even see the presence of INEC outside the state capital.
That's true.
Because it's even a lot of funds to go and put people in some rural areas to be checking offices of parties. It's a huge waste of funds.
Do you want, is it that, with what you're saying, do you want INEC should reduce
and allow more political...
The National Assembly.
The threshold for party registration.
The National Assembly should look into that and ensure that even independent candidacy that we have been clamoring for is allowed. If I don't want to join a party...
Sorry, if I can jump in. I think I even prefer that independence candidacy than all this proliferation of political parties. Why do I say so? You just mentioned a point, and which time will not allow us to delve into. I am of the opinion that even INEC responsibility should be outsourced. Most cases, when it's not election year or continuous voter register, INEC offices are practically dormant. They have quite few numbers. That's why during election, if I'm not be sure, more than 70% of their staff are ad hoc
staff, yes.
That's what they do. They have to go and look for professors in universities. They have to go and look for youth corps members. Imagine if youth corps program has been expunged, dropped like some people advocate. So I am of the opinion that let us just make it an Olympic like it should be.
Okay.
For every 4 years, let us have people who are outsourced to do this job rather than wasting money on people who are practically doing nothing except during CVR and election.
All right, gentlemen. All right, gentlemen. Let's move straight to our final conversation. And on our final conversation, the tension between market liberalization and regulatory oversight is once again at the center of Nigeria.